Behavior. 1. She listens with stillness, not with anticipation. There is something unmistakably captivating about a woman who knows how to listen. Not listen to respond, not listen to defend, not listen to appear polite, but listen with genuine stillness. It is one of the rarest social behaviours in the world, and yet one of the most powerful markers of high-class refinement. Stillness is not silence. Stillness is composure. Stillness is observation. Stillness is the quiet confidence of a woman who does not feel rushed by other people's words or threatened by other people's emotions. When she listens, she gives the gift that so few people offer: presence, not intense attention, not exaggerated nodding, not performative empathy, just presence, calm, grounded, steady presence that feels safe and dignified. People cannot always articulate why they trust her more than others, but the answer lies in the energy she brings to a conversation. She listens without attempting to dominate the rhythm. She listens without hijacking the emotional tone. She listens without inserting herself prematurely. Her attentiveness becomes a subtle act of grace because she gives others the dignity of being fully heard. This chapter will unravel, layer by layer, how her listening becomes a quiet symbol of her high-class identity. It begins with the way she holds her face. There is no strain around her eyes, no tightness around her lips, no restless darting of her gaze. Her expression is soft, receptive, composed. She is not performing attentiveness, she is genuinely attentive. Her face communicates emotional steadiness, which makes others feel safe relaxing into the conversation. Her breaths are slow, her shoulders remain level. Even when a story becomes chaotic, dramatic, or heavy, she maintains internal order. She does not allow someone else's emotions to spill into her nervous system. She allows them to express, but she does not absorb. This ability to listen without absorbing chaos is one of the defining traits of a high-class woman, a woman who leads her emotions rather than being led by them. People often mistake this stillness for detachment, but it is not detachment from the person, it is detachment from reaction. She listens without taking things personally, without inserting her identity into the narrative, without translating someone else's experience into her own. This emotional maturity allows her to respond with clarity rather than defensiveness. Her stillness becomes a reflection of her discipline. Her silence becomes a reflection of her intelligence. Her calm becomes a reflection of her emotional independence. High-class women do not feel the need to fill silence with noise. They understand that silence is a social luxury, and only refined people know how to hold it. She treats silence as part of the conversation, not an interruption in it. When she listens, she is not waiting to speak. She is not positioning herself to counter. She is not preparing a performance. She is simply absorbing with dignity. She has learned that anticipation disrupts understanding. When people listen with anticipation, they distort the message. They listen only for points that confirm their biases, their insecurities, or their preconceived narratives. She does not do that. She listens with neutrality. She listens with curiosity. She listens with a clear mind unburdened by defensiveness. This is why her conversations feel refreshing. They feel unrushed, unforced, and emotionally intelligent. People walk away thinking she is different, even if they cannot explain why. The truth is simple. She is not listening for her turn. She is listening for the truth inside the conversation. A high-class woman has nothing to prove. Her listening reflects that. Women who are insecure interrupt. Women who need validation talk excessively. Women who lack self-awareness dominate space. But the elegant woman does not chase relevance. She does not compete through volume. She is secure enough to allow others the moment. Her stillness signals emotional nobility. She does not allow the tempo of others to disturb her rhythm. If someone speaks quickly, she does not mirror their speed. If someone speaks aggressively, she does not raise her intensity to match theirs. If someone speaks anxiously, she does not adopt their imbalance. Her calm is not conditional, it is consistent. This consistency is what makes her high class. She does not become a reflection of other people's moods. She remains a reflection of her own values. When she listens, she gives the kind of attention that makes people open up more deeply. She hears not only the words, but the intention behind them. She notices emotional undertones, not to exploit them, but to understand them. She sees beyond the surface without announcing that she sees it. She listens between the lines. She listens for meaning. She listens for sincerity. She listens for the truth that slips out when people feel safe. Her stillness creates that safety. People feel less judged, less hurried, less pressured to impress. They feel accepted in her presence because she is not scanning for flaws. Her non-reactive presence encourages honesty, the effortless, unfiltered kind. High-class women do not listen to expose people. They listen to understand people. This is why powerful men admire her. This is why women respect her. This is why strangers instinctively trust her. Her energy tells the world that she is a sanctuary of emotional stability. Listening with stillness requires commitment. A woman must rise above impulsive reactions. She must resist the urge to finish sentences. She must learn how to quiet the part of her mind that wants to be right. She must humble herself enough to let another person have the moment, but humility in this context is not self-erasure. It is elegance. True listening does not diminish her identity, it enhances it. It reveals she is self-possessed, self-governed, self-aware. She listens differently to different types of people, not because she values some more and some less, but because she knows wisdom requires attunement. She adjusts her pace when speaking to someone emotional. She slows her tone when speaking to someone anxious. She lifts her energy slightly when speaking to someone nervous. She softens her expression when speaking to someone vulnerable. These micro-calibrations show emotional intelligence at its highest level. She understands that dignity is not only how she carries herself, but how she carries others. High-class women elevate the atmosphere without saying a word. Her stillness becomes a gift, a form of emotional hospitality. She gives people the space to feel seen without shrinking herself. Listening is not passive for her, it is intentional, deliberate, refined. She notices the details others ignore, the way someone's voice shifts when they are unsure, the hesitation before revealing something vulnerable, the micro-pause before admitting something painful, the forced laugh masking disappointment, the excessive details hiding insecurity, the avoidance of eye contact signaling discomfort, the sudden brightness meant to disguise sadness. She listens with her intuition, not just her ears. The elegant woman does not interrupt because interruptions reveal emotional impulsivity. Interruptions reveal insecurity and desperation for significance. Interruptions reveal imbalance. She chooses composure instead, and that composure becomes unforgettable. Her stillness contains strength. Her silence contains depth. Her attention contains serenity. Stillness in conversation is not submission, it is leadership. A woman who listens with stillness controls the tone of the conversation without ever appearing dominant. She influences without force. She leads without announcing her authority. She creates harmony simply by stabilizing herself. Behavior. She speaks with intention, not excess. There is a particular sophistication in the way an elegant woman uses her words. People often assume refinement is about speaking softly, but softness alone does not reveal class. What reveals class is intention, the deliberate choice to speak with clarity, precision, and emotional intelligence. When a refined woman speaks, she understands that every word carries weight, and weight must be carried carefully. Her speech is never careless. She selects her words as if selecting jewels, not to impress, but to ensure each one enhances the moment rather than disrupts it. She does not give commentary for the sake of hearing her own voice. She does not over-explain her decisions. She does not flood conversations with unnecessary detail. Excess reveals insecurity. Intention reveals self-possession. There is a calm authority in her tone. She does not rush, even when the conversation moves quickly. She does not raise her volume to overpower anyone. She does not stretch her sentences to command attention. Her power lies in the discipline she brings to her voice. Even when she expresses disagreement, her tone remains measured, grounded, and respectful. People often misinterpret loudness as strength, yet the strongest women rarely need to be loud. True influence comes from conviction, not volume, from clarity, not chaos. When she speaks, she is not trying to dominate the room, she is simply rooted in the truth of what she is saying. Her sentences are intentional, not impulsive. She allows silence to exist between her words, because she does not fear silence. Silence is not a threat to her. Silence is part of her poise. In fact, silence amplifies her speech because people understand that if she has chosen to speak, her words have meaning. She does not gossip because gossip reveals a lack of inner richness. Women who feel empty inside try to fill the void with other people's stories. But an elegant woman does not need borrowed narratives. Her mind is too cultivated. Her spirit is too focused. Her time is too valuable. She speaks about ideas, not people. Growth, not chaos. Clarity, not confusion. A refined woman does not use her words to impress. She uses them to elevate. Her language carries dignity because her thinking carries dignity. She knows that emotional outbursts, dramatic exaggerations, and reactive speech diminish her caliber. She understands the difference between expressing her truth and performing her emotions. Her intention is evident in how she ends conversations as well. She does not drag discussions past their natural point. She closes dialogue with grace, dignity, and unmistakable clarity. People walk away remembering her articulation, her serenity, and the steadiness that defines her presence. To speak intentionally, a woman must learn the discipline of restraint. She must resist the urge to correct every misunderstanding. She must learn to withdraw when a conversation is no longer serving growth. She must recognize when someone is not ready to understand her and choose to preserve her energy rather than force her perspective. This restraint is not silence, it is sophistication. Women who understand their worth do not scatter their wisdom. They offer it with discernment. Their words are not for everyone, and they are at peace with that. She knows that refinement means reserving her deeper thoughts for those capable of appreciating them. This is why people describe her as intelligent, even when she speaks little. Intelligence is not measured by word count, it is measured by the way her presence reorganizes a room, steadies a conversation, and makes the atmosphere feel more deliberate. Her intentional speech becomes her signature. Behavior. 3. She moves with deliberate calm. Elegance begins in the body long before it expresses itself in the mind. Movement reveals a woman's internal world in ways she cannot hide. A refined woman moves with intentional calm, not because she is performing femininity, but because she respects her own presence. Her steps are measured. Her gestures are moderate. Her posture is anchored. Nothing about her movement appears frantic or impulsive, because nothing within her feels frantic or impulsive. She has trained her nervous system to respond rather than react. She does not rush, even when she is busy. She does not fidget, even when she is uncertain. She does not allow stress to distort her elegance. People notice her before she speaks because her movements speak first. She handles objects gently, not out of delicacy, but out of mindfulness. She sits with poise that communicates self-respect. She walks with rhythm that communicates confidence without arrogance. A high-class woman does not treat her body as an afterthought. She understands that graceful movement reflects a graceful mind. When she enters a room, there is no dramatic entrance, no exaggerated sway, no desperate signaling. Her confidence is quiet, contained, and unforced. The elegance of her movement is not about slowness, it is about intention. She does not drag her feet or slump her shoulders. She does not stomp loudly to imitate strength. She allows the room to adjust to her rhythm, not the other way around. When she reaches for a glass, Her fingers are controlled. When she picks up her bag, her movements are smooth. When she adjusts her hair, it is done with awareness, not vanity. These micro-movements reveal emotional steadiness, and emotional steadiness is one of the clearest markers of class. A refined woman does not let irritation twist her posture. Even in conflict, her body remains composed. Her back stays tall. Her hands stay calm. Her breath stays steady. She uses her body to communicate that she is not someone who can be easily provoked. This composure commands respect without demanding it. People often mistake frantic movement for efficiency. Yet the most effective women move with intentional pace. They create order through presence. Their calm becomes a form of leadership. Their steadiness becomes a stabilizing force in stressful environments. Men find her movement unforgettable because it expresses confidence without aggression. Women admire it because it expresses poise without superiority. Children feel safe around her because her energy is predictable, warm and grounded. Deliberate calm is not a performance. It is an art learned through emotional regulation, self-awareness, body intelligence, and psychological maturity, and she masters this art quietly, consistently, naturally. Behavior. 4. She greets with warm professionalism. A high-class woman treats greetings as an extension of her values. The way she acknowledges someone reveals clarity, warmth, and dignified boundaries. She does not greet with exaggerated enthusiasm or cold detachment. She greets with composure, warm enough to feel approachable, refined enough to feel high value. She makes eye contact that feels respectful, but never invasive. Her smile is soft, not performative. Her tone is warm, not overly intimate. She understands the subtlety of social distance, the invisible emotional space that protects dignity while allowing connection. Her greetings signal that she sees people, not that she needs people. When she says hello, she does not rush her words. She does not ignore people she considers unimportant. A refined woman knows the true test of elegance is how she treats those who cannot benefit her. Warm professionalism is the balance she embodies. Professional, meaning respectful. Warm, meaning human. She acknowledges elders with gentleness, juniors with kindness, strangers with courtesy, and peers with poise. Her greeting sets the emotional tone of every encounter. People instantly understand that she carries herself with integrity. She does not hug everyone. She does not overshare in her greeting. She does not speak too loudly or too familiarly. Emotional boundaries are woven into her warmth, creating a delicate balance that high-class people naturally maintain. She understands that greetings are not about attention, they are about acknowledgement. Her politeness is not selective, it is consistent. People feel respected around her because she does not treat greetings as transactions. She treats them as rituals of human dignity. She offers just enough warmth to be remembered, and just enough formality to be respected. This is why, everywhere she goes, people speak well of her long after she leaves. Behaviour. 5. She controls her reactions, not the room. One of the highest indicators of class is emotional regulation. A high-class woman does not react impulsively. She does not explode. She does not weaponize emotion. She does not create scenes. Her strength lies in her ability to control her internal world, even when the external world is testing her. Reaction is a mirror of self-esteem. Regulation is a mirror of self-respect. She understands that emotional chaos diminishes her presence. Emotional self-control elevates it. When she feels provoked, she breathes before responding. She observes her thoughts before expressing them. She separates facts from assumptions. She chooses clarity over defensiveness. She does not argue unnecessarily because argument reveals desperation. She does not fight for attention because attention rooted in chaos is low value. She does not match the tone of those who speak aggressively. She maintains her composure even when others lose theirs. This composure becomes her quiet dominance. People quickly realize that she is not someone who can be emotionally manipulated. She does not reward disrespect with more attention. She does not feed drama. She does not chase explanations from those who lack depth. Her dignity is not conditional. Controlling her reactions does not mean she suppresses emotion. It means she channels it intelligently. She speaks after she thinks. She addresses issues without hostility. She articulates boundaries without theatrics. She never tries to control the room, she controls herself. And somehow, through that self-control, she ends up influencing the entire room. Her calm becomes contagious. Her clarity becomes grounding. Her presence becomes stabilizing. People look to her in stressful situations because she remains anchored when others drift into chaos. A woman who governs her reactions becomes a woman who commands respect. Behavior. She expresses gratitude without over-explaining. Gratitude reveals confidence. Over-explaining reveals insecurity. A refined woman understands the difference. She expresses appreciation with sincerity, simplicity, and composure. She says thank you with intention, then she lets silence complete the gesture. She does not dilute her appreciation with unnecessary justification. She does not apologize excessively. She does not explain why she needed help unless context is required. Over-explaining is a habit of women who feel they must earn kindness. A high-class woman knows she deserves kindness simply because she treats others with respect. Her gratitude is warm yet measured. She acknowledges effort without lowering her self-worth. She does not gush. She does not flatter. She does not exaggerate. She is generous, not theatrical. People appreciate her gratitude because it feels authentic. People respect it because it feels self-assured. She treats gratitude as a reflection of her integrity, not a tool to seek validation. Her thank you is enough, complete, sincere, subtle. She understands that gratitude is most powerful when it is unembellished. Through this, she communicates that she honors others while still honoring herself. Behavior. 7. She respects time, her own and others. Punctuality is one of the most accurate indicators of internal order. When a woman respects time, she reveals discipline, responsibility, and self-respect. When she respects other people's time, she reveals emotional intelligence. She does not arrive late expecting forgiveness. She does not waste hours on people who drain her energy. She does not stretch deadlines without reason. She does not engage in last-minute chaos unless life forces her to. Her respect for time communicates that she respects the flow of life and the people within it. She plans. She anticipates. She organizes. Not because she is rigid, but because she understands the value of her presence. A high-class woman does not rush, because rushing creates emotional disorder. She does not procrastinate because procrastination scatters the mind. She does not double book because she values clarity. Her punctuality builds trust. Her boundaries around time build value. Her discipline builds identity. People perceive her as reliable, capable, and respectful without her needing to say a single word. Behavior. 8. She handles tension with discretion. Discretion is one of the rarest qualities in modern society, and yet it is the clearest indicator of class. A refined woman does not broadcast conflict. She does not expose people publicly. She does not escalate tension. She handles discomfort privately, gracefully, intelligently. She preserves dignity, hers and others. When confronted with disrespect, she does not retaliate dramatically. She removes herself calmly. She addresses issues privately. She does not embarrass people to win a moment. She understands that public conflict diminishes her aura. Discretion is the language of emotional aristocracy. She knows when to walk away, when to be silent, when to speak, and when to let consequences speak for her. She resolves situations with the quiet strength of a woman who is not threatened by chaos. Her restraint is not weakness, it is wisdom. Her calm is not submission, it is sovereignty. Her discretion is not fear, it is refinement. People trust her because she does not misuse information. They respect her because she does not create scenes. They admire her because she does not treat conflict as entertainment. Her ability to protect dignity makes her unforgettable. If you're still here with me, I already know one thing about you. You're a woman who loves growth, elegance, and emotional intelligence, the rare kind who invests in her inner world as much as her outer one. So let me ask you this. Did even one moment in this video make you sit a little taller, breathe a little deeper, or say to yourself, yes, this is exactly the woman I'm becoming? If it did, dear, then you belong in this space. I would love for you to subscribe, not for the numbers, but because this community is built for women who are evolving quietly, rising gracefully, and choosing elegance, even on the days it feels difficult. From the bottom of my heart, thank you so very much.